Guys, August 6th, and we've got a little bit of an issue today. It was expected, but figured I'd make a little video and help you out here if you have this sort of issue in the future, or right now even. So, late season swarms, there's a multitude of reasons they can occur. One of which is what is going on with us now, is I guess lack of maintenance and lack of beekeeping. We've probably got about half of the apiary straightened out, and the remaining half needs attention a month ago. But anyway, we're doing the best we can at the time with what we got. So we got a late season swarm on our hands here. Let me zoom in here and see if you can see it. So I can't see the viewfinder very well, but maybe you can, maybe you can't. You see a wash tub way down there. I'm zoomed in. It's up to the left of the wash tub, like in the center of the screen. There's old Bigfoot. Where you going, Bigfoot? Look at the balls on this guy. What you doing, Waterhead? Huh? What you doing there, big boy? You dusting. You probably can't tell in this shot, but his paws are humongous. They're like over an inch thick. Look like a bobcat print. Anyway, let's get to swarm. Alright guys, so on this late season swarm, I'm just cobbling some stuff together here. I'm going to get drawn out foundation. I'm going to put these 3 in there to give them some work to do. This time of the year with the swarm, you can, and they're moving again, you can contain them and get them through the winter, but it can be challenging. If you know what you're doing, you can get them through, maybe. Let's see what they're doing. They're re-swarming. They might be taking off. If that's the case, no big loss. Will they make it in the wild? I don't know, man. They might. And I'm not suited, but that's okay. They might be going back into the hive. Alright, so what do you do now? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a break and see what they do and act accordingly. If they regather on a branch, we'll get them. And they'll do that. Sometimes they'll swarm out and they'll go back in their hive. Regardless, it's a pretty day. Didn't really want to have to run over here first thing, but that's okay. We'll try to get some of the rest of our maintenance done tomorrow, so hopefully this won't occur any longer. So you wonder why they're swarming right now and late swarms. Why are my bees swarming? They got plenty of food, this and that. The main reason is they run out of room because they get honey bound. So if your hive gets honey bound and they don't have any work to do and they get congested and there's too many bees, then they think, hey man, let's go. We got to split. So June or July, start looking, really actually probably before July. It looks like it might be moving up a little bit. Anyhow, back to what we were saying. So in the latter part of the season, let's see here, there we go. So in the latter part of the season, if you're not keeping up with them, you always need to have them some room to work. if they run out of room to work to, you know, put stores and things, then they'll look at swarming. So normally the later part of the season, they're full of honey. So if you don't give them some room, pull some of that honey out of that brood chamber, give them some room to work, and then that will prevent that swarming. So let's see if they're gonna settle down on that plum tree, which I think they will. That tree is full of pheromone from where they swarm to a few different locations on that tree all the time. And see if we can grab them. Get back with you. So my guess, they're guessing of thinking about clustering on that plum limb there. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there are a multitude of reasons why they'll swarm or leave this time of the year. In this case, I'm pretty certain that they left because they're in a honey-bound hive that was too crowded. And like I said before, when they don't have room to work, they're going to think about leaving. It's just the nature of the species for their preservation. Yeah, see them clustering on that on that branch there. I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna let them cluster up, and then we'll grab them. Yeah, they're clustering. So let me go get suited up, and I probably won't be able to film the retrieval, being solo. My partner took the day off. Actually, it's her baby, but when I'm able to, I help her out from time to time. Little detour. So late season, there's a major dearth going on. It hadn't rained in I don't know how long, so they are reduced to prevent robbing. All right, guys, when you're a one-person show, I'll show you a little trick. Get all your equipment together. Bottom board, brood chamber, slatted rack if you use them. I put one on there, but I don't have one right now. Ratchet strap it. This is what I do. You do what you want. So I pulled all these frames out. I'm going to give them, it's August, so I'm going to give them drawn frames, except for these three. And throw a honey frame in there to give them some resources. So, but if you leave your frames out, ratchet strap it, that way you can hold on to it with one hand. You can shake the limb with your open hand, cradling this hive in your non-dominant hand, shake with your dominant hand, and then all the bees will fall down in here and have plenty of room to do their thing. You can gently slide the frames down and on top of them. They'll get out of the way, and just gently. If you smash them in there, of course, you're going to kill a bunch of bees, but just gently. And then you got your bee space down in there where they can move out of your way as you put your frames in. But just take it easy and they'll get out of the way. Don't do a big crush. Alright guys, they've clustered back up. And I'm trying to grab resources right now to contain them, to give them the best chance possible. So, I don't really have any drawn out frames available. So we're going to rob some resources from up off that hive stand, out of some hives. They need room too. Alright guys, working on that swarm. I'm going to crack this and pull a honey frame out. Let's give them a little pull off of the smoker real quick. And I just lit it, that's why I'm pumping it so much. I'm not smoking them out. They're getting a little bit though. See how they got out of the way? working one-handed here, left-handed too. We'll crack this baby. See them coming out. Pop it off. Well, see, you shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff single-handed, but it's worth it for the film. Set this top to the side. Alright, so here they are. Got the equipment together. I'm going to go on and shake them off. Right now's the time, as long as the temperatures are okay. You could hit them with some sugar water and that'll does a multitude of things. It kind of minimizes their flight. It gets them to feeding, and they'll work on cleaning one another off and a whole bunch of different things. All right, I've got them mostly shaken in. Got some residual ones up there. The branch wasn't so flexible and I couldn't really get a good snap on it. Decided to go with that nuke box because of the volume of bees. To be honest with you, I'm not confident that those bees are going to be content even staying in the box. I'm going to get them some honey and resources to go in there, but I think that's a colony I keep catching. Now I'm about done with them, about ready to let them go and they can do their own thing. But anyway, we'll give it one last shot, and if they do it again, they're done. Alright, so here is a swarm from the other day. Same issue, probably were honey bound and took off. Those jerks there, I know that's that same colony that was in that nuke. Anyway, let's check on these to see what they're up to. I'm going to pull the entrance back up. If you use these Pro Nukes, I just used it for convenience and lightweight. If you use them for any length of time, check on those entrances and make sure they don't slide down. They will slide down and close them bees up, so keep an eye on that. You could even tape it up if you wanted. Let's crack them and just glance in there and see what's up. Oh yeah, they're doing good, so we'll put them back together and leave them alone. Come out first thing in the morning when it's still dark and I will relocate them. But right now, let's get them a honey frame to try to entice them to at least think about staying. Alright, let's crack into this one. Grab a honey frame. Man, I got her glued down. There we go. Butterbean, good morning ladies. Let's give them a pull. We'll chooch. Alrighty, there you go. Suck on that a minute. I'm going to pop the top. I'm going to have to glove up and grab a honey frame. We'll grab a honey frame, shake the bees off, and we'll throw it up in there in that nuke. The purple one. Alright guys, I got this one bad boy welded down, so I'm going to show you a little trick. When I stick my hive tool in there and crack it, I can tell right away if they got her glued down like crazy. If they do, let me show you. If you just pry on the end there, all up on the top bars of those frames, they'll have her welded in there. If you're just prying right here and not up under the plywood, you can break these inner covers. This is a plywood inner cover, which are your best ones. Sorry about the glove being in the way, but you know how it is. So I popped here. I'm going to pop here and feel it. And if she's welded down here, which I think she is, then I'm going to stick my hive tool in there pretty doggone far and pry up to keep from ripping this inner cover apart. Those things, that stuff's too expensive to tear it up. And additionally, you'll pull your frames out if you're not careful. So let me check this side. Now, it's not as bad as I was thinking, but it's still holding on in the center. So notice my hive tool's going in fairly far. All right, now I got her loose, so I'm gonna ease it out so I don't crush all of them. They can withstand more pressure than you would think. All right, let's pop her. Okay. I'm gonna shake them off and get back with you. All right, guys, on hive inspections, you can do more of a hive inspection than you think without pulling a single frame. So just from looking down in the cracks, I can tell this frame they're drawing out and it's not full of honey. This frame right here is solid honey, capped, because I can see it. Well, at least I have an indication. I would imagine being on the outside, it is probably going to be a honey frame. There could be a cluster of some brood in there, but this would be the first one I pulled. Closer towards the center, I'm going to avoid them because most cases they're going to be your brood chamber. Outside, more honey, pollen, resources. Interior brood. Now they will lay on the outside frames. She'll move to where she needs to move based on the resources in the hive. Same with top to bottom. So anyway, let me get this honey frame pulled and I'll show you. All right, I got her broke loose. See how I did myself a favor and pried, unwelded those frames. Could still be welded down. Let me pop one end up. Okay, it should be loose, so one-handedly with the clamps. Straight up, guys. You don't want to roll your queen. Straight up. Don't torque it. And as suspected, it's mostly honey. Set the phone down, do a quick flip, and show you the other side. Hey, ladies. Look for your queen, too. You want to make sure your queen's not on there. Hold on. Alright, other side, there's a dab of brood. Which is fine. I'm going to leave it as is. Maybe those jokers over there might think of tending to those. Trying to see if there's any eggs down in there. Yeah, there's some eggs in there. Alright, I'm going to shake them off. And we'll go throw it in that other hive. Hang on. Double check for your queen. Give them a shake again. Alright, we're good. See those cells full of honey or nectar? See, I'm holding it, I'm not holding it the correct way. I'm holding this frame upside down. See, I'm holding the frame upside down. This is the bottom of it's actually the top bar of the frame. Shouldn't hold them like that. If this was just nectar, that stuff would be dripping out everywhere. But they're working on the moisture content. That's why it's so solid and not running out. See, those cells are tapered down. Oh, cool. Looks like they're going to take to it. So let me show you here. All right, so you recall the cluster on the end of that branch there. They're taking to the box. Hang on a minute. So they're taking to it, so when I drop this honey frame in there, which I'm going to have to smoke them out of the way, then they should relax. Alright, it looks like they're interested at least. We'll give them a chooch. Pull off that white pine there, guys. I just had an idea for some of my doper friends. Bring some of your dope over and we'll get a brand new smoker and I'll load that thing up for you and get you chooched. That would be hilarious. Alright, let me hit them again. I don't want to roll that queen. If I do, then we're just screwed. Alright. Straight up and down going in, guys. And I give them plenty of room between the frames, okay? Bang. Alright, let go. There we go. Okay. No, do not leave gaps. Let's tighten that up. Even her up side to side. There might be something between them holding out. There we go. Get out of there, ladies. Propolis is what it was. Shoot them on this end, we'll tighten it up. Even them up, we'll close it up and we're done. Now even them, side to side, center to center. Alright. Now we're tight and even. We'll smoke them down and cover them. Plum tree wanted to grab me. Alright. There we go. That's a late season swarm captured. If they don't do anything funky and decide to stay, I think we can get them through the winter. I've seen less bees not fed. They're going to be fed soon. So that's going to ensure, if they are going to stay, that will be your best insurance policy of them making it, feed them like crazy. And then we'll put them in another box if it warrants it. If not, we'll just overwinter it in that new box. But quick little video, probably not going to be too quick. You know, everybody wants a 30-second video, but quick swarm capture, figured to show you. Late season swarm. Alright guys, we got the swarm contained. Got them a honey frame. It's a dearth. Look at this grass. It hadn't rained in forever. Hardly anything blooming. Some wildflowers, and they can find some forage, but times like this are thin. You got to watch your robin. Need to feed if you're able to. All of these colonies you see down through there got plenty of resources in them, but we will start supplementing them in the near future to get them built up to overwinter. That's the most important thing, is get them built up to overwinter and don't pull off too much honey. So about probably a little over 2/3 of the way down through those colonies, those remainders down there, any of those colonies could be subject to swarm because they haven't been properly gone through and made room, and I'd say they're all honey bound. So before we take off today, I'm going to make a cruise down through the orchard and check for any other swarms. There might be some hiding out. If you're a beekeeper and you have somewhere like this with some small trees around your apiary, man, that is the greatest thing ever. We're so blessed to have a place to keep Steph's bees like this, because you capture most of your swarms if you're able to. If someone's able to be on location and keep an eye on them, you can catch about all your swarms. But anyway, let's take a little lap, check for swarms. garden right here. Man, they're really getting the produce this year. Look at that dog. Storm just rolling. Here's the last part about beekeeping. Look at that shirt. And it's not even hot right yet. I mean, it's hot, but it ain't real hot. If y'all got any kids that need to cut weight for wrestling or anything, let me know. We'll put them in a bee suit for a day.